Kids, they come in all shapes. Either you're a kid now, or you used to be one. I know I was. And sometimes, I'm a kid at heart. Maybe we all are. Hi, I'm Hollywood action film star Jack Janke. You may have seen me as Jackie Plan in my Jackie Plan adventure films. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Just ask me, Jackie Plan. So, what do you want to be when you grow up?
When I grow up, I want to be a gymnastics coach.
When I grow up, I want to be a herpetologist.
I want to be a football player.
A veterinarian.
Basketball player.
When I grow up, I want to be a writer.
I want to be a musician. An athlete.
I want to be a baseball player.
I want to be a veterinarian.
Meteorologist. I want to be a teacher.
I want to be a pro football player on the Denver Broncos. A basketball player.
When I grow up, I want to be an actress.
But ask them, what's a career path?
I don't know.
Not off the top of my head.
No. No.
I have no idea. I forgot.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
They didn't know about career paths. And so I decided to do something about it. Because I care, man. I care, man. I care about the kids, man. When I found out that there were kids out there. See, kids like Bobby here. Bobby, what's wrong?
I don't know about the career paths, Mr. Janke.
You mean these career paths? You mean these career paths?
Wow!
Arts and communication, business management and technology, health services, human services, industrial engineering technology, and the natural resource agriculture path.
The 6 career paths.
That's right.
Mr. Janke, what's on the arts and communications path?
Let's check it out, Bobby. It's not just painting and talking. The Arts and Communications path is a path that includes writers, radio and TV announcers, reporters, dancers, models, musicians, photographers, and actors.
If you want to be a good writer, you need to be a good reader. Hi, I'm a writer, and as a writer, which is in the Arts and Communications path, I get to write newsletter articles and video scripts and even web pages. What you have to learn to become a paid writer is, number one, you have to be well organized, you have to be creative, and you have to be a go-getter. I got started as a writer actually in the 4th grade when my 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Fong, stood up and read one of my poems. It really boosted my self-esteem because I was really shy. If you don't read, I don't know how you could be a writer. Personally, I read 5 newspapers a day. There is definitely a future for writers.
Arts and communication. 3 little words that say a whole lot. As a Hollywood action film star, this is one of the paths that I'm in too. Hey, here's my old friend, Mr. Bobby. Hey, Mr. Bobby, what's the big hurry?
I'm late for a business meeting, Jack.
Ooh, a business meeting. Planning things, organizing people, working with numbers. These are just a few positive leadership skills. Skills which you'll need on the business management and technology path. Jobs on this path include hotel and restaurant management, accounting, computer operator, mathematician, stockbroker, secretary, entrepreneur. The list goes on and on.
Number one, you've got to believe in yourself. You've got to have all the confidence that you can do whatever you set your mind to. And whatever you do the best you can, and people will notice. I have to know what every piece of equipment does, and I have to be able to give the right piece of equipment for the right job and hope that that customer is satisfied with the job that he gets. I believe that the fact of you need math, you need the writing, and you need to be able to speak to anyone. I mean, you have to have personal skills and you have to be able to sell yourself. Not being afraid to do what you think is right. That's 99% of it. If you do the right thing, the rest of it will follow.
So far we've seen arts and communications and the business management and technology path. You know, you can do a lot within these paths, but make sure to plan. Because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
That sounds like someone moaning. Someone might have hurt themselves.
It's my stunt double, Mr. Frank. What did you do?
I did this scene where I jumped from a 4-story building onto a running horse.
Well, what happened?
I jumped from a 4-story building onto a running horse.
Frankly, Mr. Frank, I don't understand. What, did you fall off the horse or something?
Listen, Jack, I'd love to stay and chat, but I'm in total agony. So I'm going to the hospital. And if you think I look bad, you should see your horse.
My horse? The health services path. Are you interested in working at a hospital or clinic? Do you enjoy helping people or even animals who are injured or sick?
Being a veterinarian is a fantastic job. I love it. You get a lot of time to play with interesting animals and meet interesting animals. You meet interesting people. You kind of get the best of both worlds. My father used to walk me down to a farm down the street, and we used to go and pet the horses and feed the horses every weekend. And at that point in time, I decided I wanted to be a veterinarian, and it just kind of stuck. In the 4th and 5th grade, I was probably the most interested in math and science classes. I would definitely be leaning more towards the natural resource agriculture path if I was not a veterinarian. A lot of interactions in those kind of positions are the same. The foundation that you create in science classes and math classes when you're younger really builds as you go through school, through high school, through college, and the interest that you foster in those classes and that you find in those classes really puts you on a career path. And by the way, Jack, that horse that you brought in, it's a bull.
A horse bull. Wow! Happy endings. They're great, aren't they? But what happens when life doesn't hand you a happy ending? Because kids, I'm here to tell you, sometimes in life you get attacked by ninjas.
I'm just a little ninja. His janky style is too much for me. I wondered if he learned that on the Human Services career path.
Law enforcement people, flight attendants, firefighters, lawyers, homemakers, politicians, postal workers, chefs, psychologists, military service branches. These people are friendly, open, outgoing, and cooperative. Does that sound like you?
To be interested in being a firefighter when I was a child would have been like believing that I could be the king of a foreign country. Being a firefighter for a woman wasn't even considered something you could be. When I was a kid, school was something that you did. You had to go to school, so you went to school. And I didn't really think that there was anything important to what I would be when I grew up. Oh, when I was a kid, I loved to be in all the sports in school. I love to swim. I was a very good swimmer. I always enjoyed riding my bicycle, climbing trees. Heights didn't bother me. I was always out to be the best and the strongest at anything physical. And then on the entire other end of the spectrum, as a child, I always loved to read. Accidentally stumbled into being a firefighter. I actually just saw it in the paper and applied, but it was right for me. And I found that all the things that I had learned all the way up until then helped me be a really good firefighter, because I had always pursued my interests, whatever they were, whether they were physical, whether they were leadership skills, whether they were reading, whatever it was. And when I found the right field, they all came together for me, and I was able to be real successful at it.
As a Hollywood action film star, I can honestly say that I wouldn't be where I am if it weren't for good leadership skills, good communication skills, and staying physically fit. I learned these skills, and I learned them from my favorite people on the human services path, teachers. They teach us so much, man, because they're teachers. If there's a teacher in the room with you right now, you thank them, man, because they're teachers. Teacher teaching all the children, T-A-C-H-R, teachers.
Special delivery for Jack Janky.
Man, what's that you got there?
Oh, it's a package.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, it's probably from a fan.
Jack, I just can't decide whether I want to fix or whether I want to build or what. Say, what's that you got there?
This is my old buddy, Mr. Tech. What do you think?
Well, I think you're gonna have some real major engineering problems real soon. They're the mechanics, repair people, electricians, plumbers, aerospace engineers, carpenters, and more. They fix and build. When you practice and learn problem-solving skills, you'll see how important they can be. They just might save your life. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Unless you're on the industrial and engineering technology path.
Hello, I'm Rob, and I'm an automotive technician in the industrial and engineering technology path. And you'd be surprised how many people come in here, think they have a big emergency with their car and need it fixed right now. But that's okay, because I like fixing cars, and that's what I've always done since I was in the 4th or 5th grade. In the 4th grade, things that were fun for me were taking things apart and putting them back together. Being able to put something back together and make it work better than before it came apart led me into more complex engines, and it was fun. After high school, I went through a 2-year technical college, which increased my knowledge on automotive technology. If you're interested in the industrial and engineering technology path, the subjects you should be studying are math, reading, and spelling. The nice thing about being an automotive technician is you never work on the same thing twice. It's always a different problem, and if you look outside, there's plenty of cars to work on.
And now, the 6th career path. Natural Resources Agriculture Path. A person on this path is outgoing, likes the outdoors, is physically active, a good problem solver, and likes working with plants and animals. Animals like my pet bear, Mr. Fuzzy. Put the head on.
Do I really have to do this? Growl.
Some of these people are chemists, geologists, farmers, environmentalists, foresters, landscapers. The list goes on and on.
Even on a day like today, when it's a little bit cloudy and drizzly, it's still really wonderful to be outdoors. Ever since I was a kid, I enjoyed doing everything I could outside, from camping, fishing, hiking, and anything else. And that's why I decided to make natural resources and agriculture my career path. What I found when I was growing up is that I was the only one in my family that really had a love for the outdoors. While the rest of my family enjoyed going on vacations in the summer to places like Disneyland or Six Flags, I was always the one who wanted to go canoeing in Canada or go to Yellowstone Park or something like that. I loved biology and any other natural science that got us into the outdoors for various kinds of experiments or hiking or anything like that. A person in the field of wildlife, such as myself, could select maybe more than one career path. You could go on the natural resources, agriculture career path and go directly into wildlife management, or you could go into law enforcement through the human services career path. We have wildlife law enforcement officers who have to check all of the wildlife shipments that are brought into this country. And our wildlife officers have to have the same training as FBI agents, for example. This is one of the most competitive fields that a person can go into today, and you have to work very hard and have a great desire to enter the field.
You know, you seem to know an awful lot for a kid who didn't know very much about the 6 career paths.
That's a fact, Jack.
The 6 career paths. Our work has just begun. There are still other kids out there who don't know about the 6 career paths.
You mean arts and communication, business management and technology, health services, human services, industrial and engineering technology, natural resources, and agriculture? You mean those 6 paths?
You know, I've been looking for a partner. You interested?
You bet I am, and if it's not right for me, I can always change my path.
Hey, now that sounds like a sequel. Now remember, there are only 6, count them, 6 career paths.
Career paths. Paths. Path. Career paths. Plan for them.